New Jersey coffee is me right now. Words. New Jersey coffee jug is streaming right now.
Good morning, everybody. NJ Coffee Junkie here, coming to you from the great state of New Jersey. And it's Sunday. You know what that means. It's Sagrada Sunday. And it's good to be back. Sorry for the delayed start. I woke up, I got dressed and everything and realized, oh, it's like 2 of 11. I should probably get my act together. That would be great. That would be great. That would be great. Oh, boy. So thanks for your patience, everybody, while I got my act together and got things kicked off and started. It's all good, all good, all good, all good. Good morning, Elvin, Alice, Grays, Dardrian. Come on in, everybody. Welcome. I know a couple of you are probably lurking. That's totally fine. Totally fine. Amalok, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Welcome in. Make yourself at home. We're just getting started. We are just getting started on Sagrada Sunday. I know that I saw Rex. I talked to Rex, who is a regular here on Sagrada Sunday. My good friend, fellow Jerseyan, will be joining us at some point. So I'm looking forward to that. We might have others join in. It depends. I know that this is a very busy time for everybody. What with Thanksgiving and everything coming up. Good morning, Eric. How are you? Now let me open up the thing that I wanted to look at. That's this. Flashy Speedy 1234. I think I mentioned you on Friday. And Notorious LSP. Thanks for the follows too. So why don't we get started in a game? Well, I wasn't here last week, Alice. I actually, yeah, that's totally fine, Elvin. I was at a charity event last Sunday. I had fundraised for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. I do that walk every year. It's organized by one of my closest friends, one of my longtime friends. And so to be a support system for her for a wonderful cause, I give of myself one Sunday a year to volunteer and to be part of the walk and everything. And so it was lovely. They raised a ton of money for such a good cause, and it was a perfect day. A little chilly in the morning, but it got warmer as the day progressed, and just a lot of people all united for a cause and remembering loved ones, and it was delightful in that there was a huge sense of community with all these different people coming together for this reason. And a bunch of my former students, I advise college students, some of whom I've become friends with. Hi, Codex 404, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Good morning. How are you? So yeah, I got to see them, and I got to walk with them, and you are now. You're following now, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Come on in. But yeah, so I got to see them for a while, and one of them is disabled and uses a wheelchair to get around most days. And so she had her power chair with her. So I was walking with her while she was trying to ride the path to make sure she was okay. But also, as a volunteer, I was making sure that people who were on the path knew which direction they were supposed to go in and stuff like that. So it was really nice. We were able to catch up and talk about things, and it was just absolutely delightful. So I mean, the day couldn't have been perfect. We ended up going to our favorite diner after everything, and well, my favorite diner, but it was just delightful, absolutely delightful. Good morning, Kate. How are you? Welcome in. I'm just giving everybody a second because we're all waking up. We're all grabbing coffee or our morning beverage, be it tea or orange juice or what have you. I'm going to take another sip. And then I'm going to get started with the first game while everyone else wakes up. So what we're going to do is I'm going to play a game. We're going to play a new game. You're prepping dinner. Oh, time zones. Time zones are a thing. That's right. Time zones are a thing. Yeah, it's not even noon here yet. It's 11:16. So I'm going to play a game. I'm going to play a game against the AI. And I'm going to walk you through how this game works. First and foremost, you're given 4 different boards to choose from. And they range in difficulty from 3. And you can see on this 3 here that you can see on this 3 level board that there aren't a lot of spaces covered by colors or numbers. Whereas you look at a level 6 board and that is almost completely covered. So the difficulty ranges in how much flexibility you have. And I'll explain all of that as the game, as we go through. We also have this private objective here. And this private objective is shades of purple. So I'll be looking for purple dice to put on my board. Now, this game was inspired by a real basilica called the Sagrada Familia out in Spain. And what we're doing is we are creating stained glass windows using dice. And this is actually a physical game, too. And the dice in that game are just chef's kiss perfect. Beautiful. They look like stained glass. They're gorgeous. Now, I'm picking Firmitas here because it has a lot of purple. It has that one strip of purple all the way down from top to bottom. So we could have a potential of receiving or earning a lot of points at the end of the game. Now, you'll also notice at the top of the screen that I've chosen the level 5 board. And the level 5 board it says up here, favor tokens / difficulty. So the level 5 difficulty, we've already established that. But the favor tokens, they come into play for these. These are tools. These will help with either die manipulation or board manipulation, or there's one tool in particular that is not here, unfortunately, that allows for turn manipulation. But let's see what we have. First things first, we have Glazing Hammer. This will allow us to re-roll all the dice in the draft pool. This may only be used on your second turn before drafting. So basically, the draft pool is the selection of dice we have to choose from every round, and we get 2 turns per round. Drafting is what's called the term for selecting our die to place on the board. Next up, we have Grozing Pliers. This is another die manipulation tool, and this will allow us to choose our die, to draft our die, then increase or decrease its value by 1 to make it more malleable for the board. So the thing is, 1 cannot be 6, nor can 6 be changed to 1. So it's only up or down by 1. Next to that, good morning, Jazzy. How are you? Welcome in. Make yourself at home. Next to that, we have Grinding Stone. This is another die manipulation tool. So in this game, I'm going to have to be careful because I have no way to manipulate my board other than the dice on it. Grinding Stone will allow us to draft a die, then flip it to its opposite side. So this tool will allow us to flip the 6 to 1, or a 5 to a 2, or a 4 to a 3, or vice versa. The favor tokens that we mentioned before, these will allow us to pay for our tools. Excuse me. It takes 1 favor token for the first time any tool is used in the game. Every time it's used after that, regardless of if it's by the same player in the same round, it's 2 favor tokens. So I'll have 5 favor tokens to work with, so I'm going to have to be really mindful about what I use when. Now, before I mentioned that there was a private objective where I'll be looking for purple. But I also have these public objectives, and these are objectives that myself and my opponents will be looking to accomplish for bonus points. First, we have Light Shades, sets of 1 and 2 anywhere, for 2 points per pair. Next up is Rose Shade variety. There are 4 rows in a grid. It's a 5x4 grid, or 4x5 grid rather. So the rows cannot have repeated values. So we're really going to have to be careful about what we place where, because the rows cannot be the same numerically if we want the bonus points. We have a maximum of 20 bonus points at our disposal just from that objective. Last but not least, we have color variety. So with color variety, sets of 1 of each color anywhere, yellow, green, blue, purple, and red, are 4 points each. So we have the potential to gain another 16 points if we decide to go for color variety, which is hard when you're looking at having to keep everything different numerically as well. Now, let me explain what you're seeing on the screen. First up, you have the turn order at the very top. I go first this round, so I'll be going last. Because it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. It goes in a snake-like pattern to make the game fair and balanced for all players. That way the first player doesn't have a significant advantage and the fourth player doesn't have a significant disadvantage. Yeah, there's a severe lack of purple here, Elvin. This is going to be painful. It's going to be a little bit painful, I must admit. Good morning, Mahis. How are you? Welcome in. Below that, you see the round track. There are 10 rounds in a game. And each round, you're able to put 2 dice. So 2 times 10 is 20, because there's 20 spots. Any dice that are left over at the end of a round are placed upon the round track to signify the end of that round and the beginning of the next. Our favor tokens are here to the upper left-hand corner of our board. This is to remind us that we have 5 tokens to pay for our tools at the bottom center of the screen. As you can see, those tools have 1 favor token designation above each one, signifying that they have not been used yet, and that is their current cost. Our objectives are to the left and the right. Our private objective is towards the middle left, and our public objectives are to the bottom left and to the right of our board. Our draft pool is underneath that. We currently are looking at a red 6, 2 red 4s, a red 1, a yellow 3, a green 2, a green 1, and 2 blue 5s. So no purple. That kind of hurts, not gonna lie. I feel hurt by this. Okay, not really, but still. Anyway, I digress. Now, let's look at the board itself. You'll see that the board is covered with colors, well, okay, color, purple, and numbers. These are restrictions. It's not that rough of a start, Kate, not at all. These restrictions are things we're going to have to be mindful of as we play. First, we have color restriction. So right now, the only color restriction on my board is purple. I can only place purple dice in this strip right here. Then there is value or numerical. And with the value restriction, I can only place this 6 here. I can only place a 5 here. I can only place a 4 here, and so on and so forth. So that's that restriction. The third is adjacency. So if I wanted to place this red 6 here, and I had the red 4s and the red 1 left, I wouldn't be able to place anything because I can't place it here. I can't place it here. I can't place it here because every dice you place, or every die you place, has to be adjacent or next to the die, a die on the board. And the final restriction is that on the very first turn of the very first round for each player, they can only work within this outer boundary of the board. So they only can work with the outer boundary. So the first thing I want to do, as I look at this board, I realize that I could start with the blue 5 here, knowing that there are 2 1s. But as I look at my competitors' boards, they each have 1 spots on their board. So there's a chance I might not get a 1. So I would be stuck. And I would probably have to use one of the tools right off the bat, which is not okay. I could place the 4 here, but that would limit me to 1 spot here. So that would definitely reduce my chances. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to place this red 6 right here, because I could place either the blue 5 here, I could place the yellow 3 here, or I have this open spot to work my way around. So I think I'm going to do that first. As I take a huge swig of coffee, because this is the first cup of the day for me. And much to my surprise, I realized that I forgot to turn on the sounds, because I like to hear the click of the dice. So whoopsie! That's my bad. My bad. Well, they left us with the 5s, so I guess that's a thank you, because we can put that 5 here, and now we have 2 escape plans in getting around the purple and all these other restrictions. So that's definitely not something to complain about. I'm okay with that. And now I go last, so I'm going to be taking both of my turns in succession. And so I just have to wait and see what they leave me. And they left me with stuff I can't use. That's terrific. I can't use any of it. Oh no. Oh yeah, wait. Well, okay. Oh, this is terrible and I don't like it. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Yeah, this is a capital oof, Elvin. Capital oof. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Grosing Pliers. We're going to make the 5 of 4. Okay, follow me on this logic here. We're going to make the 5 of 4. And we're going to put that 4 right here. Okay, we're going to put that right there. Then we're going to take the 6 and we're going to put it here. That's going to give us access to these lower restrictions. It's going to give us access to the lower purple, but it's also going to give us another way out. It's going to give us a diagonal way out here. So I'm okay with this. And adding 10 points to my board is nothing to sneeze at. It's okay. I'm okay with it. I am totally okay with it. Okay, so what do we have now? What do we have now? We have a mess. What do we have here? Okay, so we have, as I realize I don't have Discord up, so I can't see when Rex is ready for me. I don't think he's in chat yet, so that's fine. Discord! Send me an invite when you're ready. Okay. Now I see it. After this game. Alright, so we're going to do this game and then we're going to bring Rex in. Nice. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Alrighty. Okay, we're in business. We're back in business. Yay, we're back in business. Okie dokie. Alright. Alright, so what were we given? We were given a red 5, a red 2, a yellow 4, 2 green 6s, a green 1, and a purple 6. Well, we already know we're taking that purple 6. We already know that. We want high-end stuff here. We want high-end stuff. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so now we still have the red 2, yellow 4, green 6, and green 1. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, 1s are super hard to come by. So I'm going to put a 1 here. Because I want to get rid of these restrictions. Now, I could put it here and try to get up to that 3, but I want to get here first. There's a lot we can do in this open space. And there are other ways to get there, so I'm not concerned about it. So I'm going to take that green 1. I'm going to sip more coffee. Everybody sip your coffee or your tea or whatever you have. Okay. What were we given? Dardrian says, I'm really enjoying playing Sagrada so far. I haven't broken top 100 on the dailies yet, but I have made that my goal for now. Good for you. I want a screenshot when you break it, because that's going to be something to celebrate. I haven't been playing the daily challenges as much as I'd like, unfortunately. I've just been so busy with work and everything. So we'll have to make that a thing. And Eric says, very interesting. It's cool learning about the strategy in this game. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the best player. I'm not the best Sagrada player in the world, but I at least try, I guess. Okay, so, No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play the blue 4 here, because I want to get that bigger restriction out of the way. Good morning, Kindless. If the yellow 2 comes back, then sure, I'll play it, but I still want to try and get up there. I want to get up to that 3, but I think seeing the 4, I'm going to take advantage of it, because there aren't any 1s. If there was a 1, I would have played the 1, because I want to get rid of those 1s. And I can wait for another purple to come through. And I crack up now because I was given 6s and 4s. Okay. Not what I expected there, partner. Not what I expected. But not the end of the world, because... because I can put this here, get to that 3, and that would be fine. Because I could also put the 4. Yeah, because I can't put a blue here, so... Oops, that's fine. I also have to keep in mind that the rows have to be different numerically. I have to remember that, because once I place something, I can't move it. So 6s right now for me are completely done. 6s right now are completely done. So I don't have to worry about another 6. And that's okay. That's okay. Now, I can put another 6 if there's room for it. I'm just trying to get those bonus points. And there is no purple. Okay, good to know. Red 6, red 2, red 1, yellow 2, yellow 1, green 3, green 2, blue 5, blue 2. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to take that green 3 and we're going to put it up there. We're just going to do that right off the bat. We're going to do that right away. It's so good to see everybody this morning, by the way. I did miss playing last week. I'm not going to lie. I loved being with my friends, but I really did miss playing with everyone. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. We don't have any yellows on the board yet. So let's get a yellow in there. And now we have our first one to pair for those 2 points. Purple 4 is the most ideal, yes. But I will happily take a 3. I would prefer to not have a 1, but it's fine. Oof. Okay. I didn't like that. I didn't like that one bit. I do see that there is a 1, so I'm going to take that 1. I want to take that 1 right away. As much as I don't want to use 2 points, I'm afraid of having a purple left. Well, actually, wait, because I could re-roll this. I could make them re-roll all of this and have them pay more. Ideally, I would want them to pay more, because those 5s are going to become a 2. That's not going to be worth it. It's not going to be worth it. So, but if I roll this and I end up with purple 6s, that's going to be a mess. 5s or 6s. I don't think I'll end up with 5s or 6s. I'm going to go for Brooke. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that was bad. That was bad, and I should feel bad. Okay, so Mahi Zero's getting bonus points because they were smart and I wasn't. But it's fine. You know what? It's okay to take a risk every now and then. And now I've set it up where they have to pay more. So it's fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's okay. I see that they've got their first 5-point row. Interesting. A couple of other 5-point rows. Yep, that's another 5-point row right there. And they took the 1s. So I'm left with a red 2. Oh, now there's a... Ah! Not cool. Okay, so we're gonna think about what happened. We're gonna we need to add a spill to the counter. Somebody hit exclamation point spills. Oh God. Rip. Okay, yeah, you know what? I really did want the extra 16 points, but that's just ugly. Oh my gosh. I really do hope I really do hope that you are laughing with me. I really hope so, because I'm cracking up so hard right now. I really, really am. Okay, red 2, red 2, green 4, blue 6, purple 4. I want that purple 4. I'm willing to ruin, but I also want the 2 for that first row so I can get the extra 5 points. And I can't put a 4 here anyway. So maybe just be cheaty and get the extra 8 points this round. I'm starting to get a little nervous about these restrictions, but we still have a little bit of wiggle room, so I'm not going to worry about it just yet. Ah, see, I made them pay 2 points for that. And they got something they couldn't use. So Teresa is actually going to lose a point at the end of the game because she's going to have an open spot on her board. Okay, so I'm looking at a red 5, a yellow 3, a yellow 2 and 1, a blue 1, a purple 6, and 2 purple 3s. Well, the purple 3s... I have to fill the restrictions. The 5 and the 3 look good. Yeah, yellow... Okay, so wait. Hold on. Garcia and Teresa still have to go. Garcia has... Look, I'm assuming Garcia's going for green. And Teresa is probably going to take the blue or the yellow. Because she'll probably take one of the purple 3s. So I think I'm going to take the yellow 3. And if the... Now, I have something for every available thing. If the red 5 comes back, then I'll take it. If the yellow 2 comes back, I'm going to put it up here in this spot. If the 1 comes back, I'll put it over here. If any of the purple comes back, I'm a little stuck. Unless it's the 3, then the purple 3 can go here. So let's see what happens. Okay, so the blue 1's gone. One of the purple 3s. Yellow 1. Garcia took the yellow 2 and left me with the blue, the red 5, the purple 6, and the purple 3. As much as I want the purple 3 for the extra 3 points, I need to make sure that I have my restrictions filled in. So I'm going to do that. And that's fine. They get 5 points. I get 5 points. It's all good. It's all good. All right. I go first this round. What am I looking at? I'm looking at... Oof. All right. So let's see. Red 5. Yellow 6. 3 yellow 4s. Ew. Green 5. Okay. 2 green 3s. And a blue 2. Okay. So what I'm going to do first... is I'm going to... Okay. I can use the yellow 5. I can use the blue... what am I talking about? My colors are all messed up. Good grief. I can use the red 5. I can use it in 2 places. The 4s are spoken for. I can't use them. The green 3... One of the green 3s I can put right above that blue 4 on the right. The blue 2 I can use. It's the yellow 4s that are going to stink. The yellow 4s I'm not going to be able to do anything with. I'm going to have to switch them around or something. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take this blue 2. Excuse me. And I'm going to put it here. Actually here, because there's... Well, actually, it doesn't matter. There's more restriction here. So I'm going to put this 2 here. I'm going to put this 2 here. Actually... let's see, so I could put a 2 or a 5 here. So I'm going to put this 2 down here instead. Okay. You like the blue 2 top row. Because I could put a 2 or a 5 here. So I worry that I'm going to be left with the 4s. Because I could turn one of the 4s into a 3. Well, actually, Actually, you're right. If I put that there, I can make this one. This could be a 2 or a 3. And if I'm stuck with those yellow 4s, I can make one of them a 3. So I'm not up the creek, so to speak. Let's see what they leave me with. I bet they're going to leave me with garbage. And they didn't. They didn't leave me with garbage at all. I'm actually shocked. They left me with a yellow 3. Okay, awesome. A yellow 5 and a green 2. Well, I guess that, no. I guess that yellow 3 is going to go right there. They took all 3 4s. Yeah, I'm shocked. I am absolutely shocked. And I'm grateful. So I'm going to take that 3. And I'm going to get those extra 5 points. And we're going to see what this 10th round gives me. Because I go 4th. So that means I get whatever's in the middle. Okay. They left me with a yellow 4, which is unusable. A yellow 3. A green 5. A green 3. A blue 2 and a purple 3. So I assume that I can put the purple 3 here. That'll finish this off. Then I can put the blue 2 above it. And that should give me all 20 points. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yep. Okay, so we'll do that. And then we'll do this. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think we're in good shape. That leaves them with a mess. And there is literally nothing any of them can do. So I think that's good. I think we did really well. I think we did well. All right, let's see. Okay, 65 points. I'll take it. And they all took hits. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. So good. So good. Da 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 dun 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 dun. Yes. All right. All right. So that wasn't too bad. That was actually pretty good. Nice job, everybody. We did really well. Look at this masterpiece right here. This was a masterpiece of purple goodness. And Rex is ready for me, so I'm going to call Rex. Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, Rex.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm awake. I'm about 3/4 of the way through my first cup of coffee. I've got a second cup of coffee waiting for me in the pot. How are you?
I'm doing well. I have to, after we wrap up, I have to go out and finish off the backyard because when I was doing leaves yesterday, it's like, oh, it's a little cloudy. And then as I was heading south, pushing the leaf back around, I saw lightning in the distance, and I said, well, that's not good, but it's pretty far off. And then as I was heading north, there was lightning over there, and I said, that's really not good. And then I heard the thunder, and I said, okay, I'm done.
Oh my gosh,
Because
for real.
yeah, if I just see it way off in the distance, I'm like, all right, I got a couple minutes. But once I hear it, then I know it's time to put the toys away.
Uh, yeah, absolutely for real. Just it's one of those things where we decided not to go out really yesterday, at least at first, and so I was like, hi, oh hey Light Jen, everybody's saying hi to you. I started a game, by the way. There you are. Okay, awesome. So Manatee went and took down all the Halloween decorations and the lights and everything on Friday. Because not Friday, Thursday, because he was off for the holiday. I wasn't. So he managed to take care of all of that, and so I was like, all right. I missed seeing it because I loved having the Snoopy and the candy corn lights and all that. Okay, so let's see. Our tools this morning are flux brush, draft a die, then re-roll it. If it cannot be placed, return it to the draft pool. Copper foil burnisher. Move any one die in your window, ignoring value restrictions on your window pattern. You must obey all other placement and adjacency restrictions. And then Lathkin. Move exactly 2 dice, obeying all placement restrictions. Okay, here we go. Alright, so we're going to be looking for deep shades and light shades. So sets of 5 and 6 and 1 and 2. And color variety. Sets of 1 of each color anywhere. So hey, we don't have any weird row or column restrictions this time. Yes.
Don't jinx it.
Well, I can't jinx it. We're in this game, and that's where we are right now.
No, they'll find another way to mess us up.
Of course they will. Of course they will. I expect nothing less. Let's go this way. I'll start my way north and work my way down.
And absolutely, almost Alice, because like, okay, that's pretty far off, but once I hear it, I'm going inside.
Yeah. There was one point where we'd open the door occasionally to see how bad the rain was, and it looked like a truly fall day because the leaves were going everywhere and the wind was blowing, and we have a pine tree outside of our house, and it never really moves. It didn't really sway, but everything else around it did. So we're like, okay, we still can't go out. But it was very short-lived because we ended up deciding to go out. I ended up not going out because we took yesterday because I had meetings until about 1 or so, and after that we decided to pick up where we left off with all of our like fall prepping for the winter cleaning and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we were all in that that space yesterday. Like, holy moly. It was a whole thing.
Yeah. Well, I basically put my stuff away, looked outside and thought, maybe it's not going to get that bad, and then it poured.
Yeah, oh my god, it did.
A friend of mine's further north, and she had hail where she was driving.
Oh gosh, no.
Yeah.
Not hail.
Yeah.
Hail's terrible. Yeah. Hail damages things.
Yeah, dime and nickel-sized hail, she said. So.
Just enough to hurt. Yikes.
Yep. Yeah, but she was in her car at least.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but still, that's not good for your car.
No, not in the slightest. What am I doing here? I'm gonna do that because that's really all I can do for now, and that'll give me a 1-2 pair. Mahi says Uber Eats gave me a 70% off coupon, so breakfast tacos ordered. Nice. Yeah, I have I think I have a $15 coupon I might use later today. because I don't feel like going out. We probably should to go food shopping, but it's fine. Jen says, I was going to go to the grocery store, walked back inside to try again later yesterday. Yeah. I mean, it's not safe to be out. Once the storm cleared, Manatee went and ran all the errands that we had planned to run together so that I could do more stuff around the house, because we were really going in, like, deep diving into spring cleaning. Like, we focused on our bathroom, and so, like, we took, I mean, everything out of the bathroom. Like, emptied out we laid towels down in our front room, because we have a front room and it's usually where we game, but we have this giant table, so we put, like, towels down and just took everything out of the medicine cabinet and started going through it. I think the oldest thing we had in the back of the cabinet was from, like, 2013. And, you know, after a very vigorous head shake, after a very, very vigorous head shake, we're just like, okay, this is a thing. Actually, you know what? Do I want to put that there to move that over here? No, I'm going to put that there. Actually, no, wait. I want to get rid of the blue restrictions too. That's fine. But yeah, so, it's a frigid 56 degrees here. Oh, that's not bad. It's 46 here, according to my computer. But yeah, so, like, we took everything out of the medicine cabinets, everything under the sink, emptied all the drawers, and just went to town. And we're just throwing stuff out left and right because it was all over the place. But if you don't do that every so often, you don't exactly know what you have.
Yep. Because you see you have a bottle of X, but it may be expired, it may be, you know, you just left it with 2 squirts of cleaner in it, and you have to hold the bottle at just the right angle so it gets picked up.
Yes.
Not that I've ever had that experience. Not me, no. I am a well-organized and thorough individual.
Well, we realized very quickly that we have enough toothbrushes to open our own dentist office. We didn't realize we had so many, and we don't need that many, because we get toothbrushes when we go to the dentist. So I'll probably end up donating them, because I think food banks could use them, because they could always use stuff like that. Sure. They don't tell you that they could use stuff like that, but they really can. They really can use stuff like that. Okay, red 6, red 2, yellow 5, purple 2. Yay.
Yeah, I have to go through and do a big purge of clothes I don't wear anymore.
Yeah, that's on my list too.
Or that have holes in them that I'm not going to fix, or are uniform shirts from old jobs. And like, if I was gonna get a heavy bag to stuff, I have plenty of clothes to put in there. But I just need to let go of this stuff.
Actually,
and
no,
it's
I'm not going to do that.
A matter of getting over the inertia.
Yeah, that's a mood and a half. I think I'm just going to put this 1, 2. Yeah, that's going to give me another 2 points. That's fine. And I really don't want to re-roll because I'm going to get stuck with something I can't use. So I think I'll put this 6 up here for now. That's fine. But yeah, so we tore through everything, and I think I have maybe 1 or 2 more things to do in there, and then that room is going to be done. And then we'll move on to a different room. Jen says, we put together toiletry gift bags. we put together toiletry gift bags for local men's shelters as part of a community project for Cub Scouts. Yeah, those kind of things are great for like little kids to do, and it teaches them so early on how important it is to help others in need. I love that so much. And thank you for the Prime sub. 15 months. Thank you so much. You only get to use your Prime sub on one person a month, and so it means a lot that you continuously use it for me. So thank you for that. Yeah, I really appreciate it. I'm also starting to think that neither of us have purple as our secret color because there's so much purple in the round track right now.
I saw that last round and I was like, I guess NJ's color's not purple, or they really hate the number 3 and 2. And I know that 3s aren't necessarily valuable with the bonuses, but oof.
A lot of purple 3 hate going on right now.
Sorry,
purple 3.
Sorry, knows what 3. It did. B. Dave Walters. If you're into the TTRPG space at all, he is blowing up with the stuff that he is. Wow, I can't use that 5 anywhere. I can't use that 4 anywhere. 1? No, I am going to have to do something here. But yeah, B. Dave Walters. He
yeah, of course.
The Black Dice Society, which is fantastic role play. And the priest is going to ring the bell here in a second. So let me see which tool I want to use.
Oh yeah, you have You have tools. Definitely have tools you can use, which is good. Sorry for this. The straw noises. I opted for a liquid breakfast this morning, so I have a breakfast protein shake and a yogurt protein shake because they are easier to consume in here than actual food. And apparently it's snowing in Ohio.
It was snowing in Detroit yesterday, and then Pittsburgh, from people I know are near Pittsburgh.
I don't want to see snow yet.
No, me neither. I don't like snow. My dad likes to call me when it's a cold day in Florida and it's like 62.
Nah.
And point it out, and I'm just like, yeah, sounds tough. I don't know how you cope.
Yeah, that's when you growl. You gotta growl.
Well,
okay, so...
he grew up in Ohio, lived in Jersey, and outside south of Chicago and Illinois. The man's done his time with snow.
That's valid. Okay, where is it? Because I just saw something for a timer that shouldn't be on. There we go. I fixed it. I keep forgetting I have to change. Alice says we had some on Friday. Eric says thank you. I'm gonna have to take off. This was fun and relaxing. Enjoy the rest of your day. You too. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Mahi says whenever my friends say liquid breakfast, there's usually some sort of adult beverage involved. Yeah, I realize that, but no, not in my case. I actually have to be very careful about consumption of those kinds of things because I am on a medication that I would not appreciate it. Let's put it that way. So, when I do imbibe, it's with very certain people for very certain things at very specific times. For my own health and safety.
Same. My days of drinking are pretty much over.
Yeah, I know, right? Mine never even started. That's the thing. Like it was something that a lot of people around me got into, and I think because I saw it in high school where, you know, my friends as young as 16, 17, 18, and it never appealed to me in the slightest. It never did. Let's see.
I was a jock in high school, so we had the you cannot drink if you were going to be an athlete, and
Mm-hmm.
obviously there were people that ignored that, but I didn't, and I didn't start drinking till my early 20s, really,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of got it out of my system in my 30s. Um, and I will have the occasional, I'm not a Puritan who's just like, oh no, you know.
Well, yeah, no. I'm not either. I mean, some people seem to think I am because I don't actively go looking for it.
hmm
Ooh. Hold that thought. I need to figure this mess out.
Oh, this final round is going to be ugly.
Oh, yeah, this
But
is
yeah,
not going to be pretty. So I can put that there, but I have to deal with the other one. So if I move... No, I cannot do that. But if I move... No, I can't do that either. So if I move... No. Okay. If I do that... That's not going to help me any. Okay, hold on. Hold the phone. Let me see what I have in front of me. So if I move... So if I do that and I move that there, and I move... No, I can't do that. Okay. Let me see what I can do. And I move that... No, I can't move that. But if I move that there... No, that's not going to help me. No, okay. Zero says I have an aversion. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, so I think if I do... No, I need to get around... I see the solution here. I know what I need to do. I'm just trying to figure out how. There's a way to do this, and I haven't figured it out yet. So, no. Hold on. So if I do this, and I put you up here, and I put you here, that's going to give me this, but no way out for the other, so that's not going to work. But I got the right idea.
Sunday, only in Sagrada, no way out. Featuring the blue one, the green one, the yellow 2, and the yellow 3 in a steel cage.
It's the pay-per-view you all wanted, but didn't know about it till now.
I guess technically a lead cage, because they use lead and copper. But anyway. Yeah, Mahis, I let the people who I know and trust that I'm going to go out with very clearly, I will have a beer. I will have a drink. That's all I have. And most people get that, and it's cool. And the people who don't, I don't go drinking with. Or I don't go drinking with again. We're like, oh, come on, you can have another. And I'm like, I'm good, thanks. I got over peer pressure in high school.
So...
It's been 30 plus years. I don't need it now.
So wait.
Sorry.
Oh, no. You're fine. So if I do that, I still need to move something else. and I move that up there, that's still not going to solve the problem of one of these, because I have that yellow blocking the pathway. So that's not going to work. There's a solution here. I'm just trying to figure it out, because the yellows are useless to me right now.
Mhm.
It's
Same.
the blues that are not helping any at all. And I can't move the one. So, and I can't put that 6. I can't, wait, hold on. Wait. I think I see it. So if I move this there, and I move that, I can't move that there. That's right. And I move, no. I thought I had it. I'm growling worse than Joe. This is kind of hilarious, not gonna lie. Yeah, when he does this thing every so often where, like, if he grumbles or growls, it's just like it makes me it makes me nervous when he does it. Okay. I know there's a purple under here and there's a 4 under here. This is green. I can't move that green. If I move this, will you stop with the thing and the thing? If I move this here and I move that, oh wait, I can't move that there. That's right. So if I move, no! What do you mean lost connection to the server? What happened?
What?
I got kicked.
It's still showing as your turn in my game.
I got kicked.
Oh no.
Wait. I might be, wait, it says join game. There are no available games. I got kicked. It said no connection to the server.
I'm going to tear up that priest. Okay, I'm going to quit this game, which is fine, because I was...
That was not okay.
No. Oh, hang on. It completely quit me out of...
Sorry, y'all.
Let me... No, things happen.
It was the last turn, too.
Yeah.
Not cool.
I know it wasn't going the way we planned, but there's no need for such rudeness. Well, you considered.
I'm hurt by this game. What the heck? You were working fine. So, you were working fine just a few minutes ago. What the heck? Oh my gosh. I was really stuck.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like that at all.
I'm
gonna play a 3 pip because no, I think I'm gonna do the 4.
I'm gonna stick with my 5 pip and kind of figure out what's going on with it. Wow, that's just not okay. All right.
I did try the daily challenge and I got 128.
Nice. GG.
So not bad.
All right, so what are we working with this game if it works? Tap wheel, move up to 2 dice to the same color that match the color of a die on the round track. You must obey all placement restrictions. That could be helpful. Lathkin, move exactly 2 dice, obeying all placement restrictions. And Grinding Stone, draft a die, then flip it to its opposite side. We saw that earlier with 6 becoming 1, 5 to 2, and 4 to 3. Oh, no!
This is...
Oh, no!
This is the exact opposite of what we had last game.
I did jinx it. I'm sorry.
Right?
Oh.
You know, it's like when someone says, "Oh, just if you need to take a long weekend, call out sick on a Friday." Like, no, because then I'll actually get sick, and I'll miss a couple days' work. You don't do anything to jinx yourself ever. You know, when you get on the highway, you don't go, "Gosh, there's not a lot of traffic today."
Oh my God.
You know, You don't say that.
The levels of rip. Oh my gosh. Grace says, oof, time for fun. So not only do we have row shade variety and column shade variety, we have column color variety. So, wow. Oh my god. Level 9000 hard mode, thank you very much. So we have to keep the columns. Hold on, I'm just gonna put something down to shut the timer off. So not only do we have row shade variety, where rows cannot have repeated values, we have column shade variety, so columns can't have repeated values, and for the kicker, column color variety, columns with no repeated colors. So, wow! Wow! Thanks, game! Holy poop! Shoo! Wow! I'm shocked. Oh. I might need another coffee for this. I'm not prepared.
Yeah. I'm
I was not prepared for this.
No. But by the way, I love the new features in Among Us. I had a really good time.
Yes.
I had a really good time playing on Friday. I did get a little annoyed with Donut for the light switch flipping game they love to play, and was probably a little short with them. But oh, that is just so much fun with the weirdness that you can get up to now.
Oh, it is. It's delightful. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's absolutely delightful. All right, I think I'm just gonna try to head up in a diagonal pattern here because, whew, this is gonna get messy.
Yeah, it's
Oh, this is gonna get messy. Let's see.
Well, I have a home for that purple 6.
Mahi says, this is a feast or famine board. If you pull it off, it'll be amazing for your score. If you can't, your score is going to be sad. That is a whole thing, Mahis. A whole thing.
100%.
All right, so I'm going to start there. I really want to get to that yellow corner, but I'm not going to be able to just yet. So instead, I am going to put this here to get me to that upper board. Because I can't place that blue 6 even if I wanted to. Yeah, I literally can't. Can I? Because I really want to get rid of the 6s. I want to get those out of the way immediately. But no, I think it'll be fine. I need to get up there.
If I remember right, you're going to PAX East, correct? Or Unplugged, rather.
I will be at PAX Unplugged.
Have fun. Say hi to everyone for me.
I will. We're going to miss you.
Yeah, I'm not great with big crowds in general, and especially not right now. And just thinking about it has been kind of stressing me out. So I'm like, why are you going to do this to yourself?
Honestly, you are 100% valid, and I totally understand. We were thinking a lot about it ourselves, and we really saw what was going on with, PAX West and how they handled it and what they learned from it. And we kind of we came to the conclusion that with what they learned from PAX West, which was, okay, if we have people that are unvaccinated, even if they test negative, a lot of people won't want to go. Because that was what I was seeing across Twitter was, I'm not comfortable, I'm not going, whatever. And a lot of people backed out of it. But this time, with them basically saying, okay, we're gonna ensure social distancing and everybody's gonna be masked, and this is how the mask has to be worn, and you must show proof that you're vaccinated, like you have to have your card on you or whatever. that to us, that to us gave us that level of protection, I guess, if you will.
Yeah.
And it's more for Vin. Oh wait, no, Vin Shoken's not going. There are a bunch of people going. I was just in my head. I was running through who was going. But I know, like people who have been hesitant about it they're now kind of okay with going, which is good.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you have to think about like what's safe for you. And for the two of us, for Hubs and I, it was okay. How safe are we going to feel? Because I've been going to work. I've taken public transit out of necessity, and it's been not ideal, but it's been okay. So I'm a little more comfortable. Like I've gone out with my girlfriends and stuff, and like we've done things. So it's a weird time right now, I think, is the best way to put it. It's a very weird time.
Yeah. I went out to a restaurant for my son's 18th with my mom, and at a big mall nearby at a large higher end chain restaurant that he likes.
Yeah.
And we had a good time, but still it was like, this restaurant's very crowded. I didn't think it still would be. How did I know we were getting a yellow 6? How did I know?
Because you just knew.
Okay, but I can use the screen 2 here. And I can use screen 2 here, or I can put that red 3 on top. Which means I'm going to get a green 3 in the next round. We're going to get a green 3, I should say. It's not just me playing. But even that was a little... It was me going outside my comfort zone. But I'm very glad at the way that they are approaching it, the way that they're running it. And seeing how they... or a blue 3. A blue 3 works. Green 6... I like the way they're approaching it. I know someone who's an enforcer who works a lot of the shows, and they worked PAX Prime or PAX, I guess it's PAX Prime in Seattle, and were very happy with how things went. So, and just from having followed Penny Arcade since the start, they genuinely look out for their audience. It's not just...
Yeah, they do. They really do.
It's not just, well, we want to do this and try and make as much as we can. No. So that's heartening.
Yeah, I never get that vibe from them, which is pretty darn good, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Kate says, I'm not leaving the house because I'm immunocompromised. Yeah, I totally understand that.
Yeah, I have a friend who is, and they've had a very tough time because of it. And I know other people, from just social media and people I follow who are in the various scenes that I'm into, who are like, yeah, if you could, look out for me, I'd appreciate it, because I would like to be able to go outside again. So please get your shot.
Yeah, we just got our flu shot for the year, and or whatever it is, which we weren't expecting to do. we just happened to be at the doctor's office for a follow-up, and they said, yeah, by the way, would you like to get your flu shot while you're here? We think it would be a good idea. And I'm like, okay, that works for me. I'm cool with that. That's fine. But they didn't offer the vaccine shot, and I wouldn't have taken it then because it was during the week. And with it being during the week, I didn't want to risk being down for 2 or 3 days, because the last time I had the second vaccine, wow, did it whoop me. It whooped me pretty good.
Yeah, I was okay until I think it was the next day around 10. I got very tired.
Mm-hmm.
And then that night I went to sleep and I had shivers and shakes, and I woke up and I was fine. You know, the shivers were gone, the muscle weakness was gone, but I just felt a little,
Yeah,
you know, a little logy, a little,
mm-hmm.
you're off your game a little bit there, bud. Man, I am just going to take a beating on these 4s and 5s.
Yeah. Kate says, I'm not leaving the house because I'm immunocompromised. Yeah, you have to stay safe. You do. Mahi says, that's the one thing I miss from actually going into work. They offer flu shots every year, so I didn't have to go anywhere for it. Yeah, I mean, my boss was so insistent about us coming back into the office that he basically made arrangements for us to all get vaccinated. And it just so happened that I had a friend who lost her father-in-law to COVID, and basically made it her mission to get as many people vaccinated as possible, like everyone in her friend group. And so when I told her that I would have had to make a 3-hour trip each way to go get vaccinated, or 2 to 3 hours, she said, yeah, no, I'm going to get you in closer. And she did. And I hate this. I hate this right now.
Mm-hmm. Angry glass cutters.
Because this is gonna this is gonna definitely ruin my colors.
Well, I think the Glass Cutters Union is the reason why the chapel is not, why the church cathedral is not completed.
Oh.
Because they keep giving us bad glass, so we can't complete the windows.
Oh.
And it keeps them employed.
Oh, wait a minute. It's only the columns that are different colors, not... No. Oof. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to use Lathe-Skin, that's fine. So I'm gonna move you over here. And I'm gonna move... Actually, wait, hold on. I'm gonna back that up just a split second. I'm going to use Lathe-Skin. I'm going to move you here, and I'm going to move you here so that I can put you here. Wait, no, I can put you... Oh, for Pete's sake. Hold on. I'm going to move you here and you here. No. Oh, for... Try again. You here. You here. So that you go here. And I will figure out what to do with you later.
I'll deal with you later.
Because I need to move this too. But I don't know to where yet. I'm probably going to move it up there. One thing at a time. Because it's the columns that have to be different colors, not the rows.
Yeah, I've already messed it up. So, Really? Yellow 5? Really? Couldn't be like a yellow...
Yeah, I know I do. I know I have 2 6s on that row 0. That row is completely borked. Alright, looks like Joe's not joining us. He's got plans. That's okay.
For him.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see. Not worrying about colors, but worrying about numbers. This 5 will do us just fine right there. And okay, so you are a 6. You are a 6 spot and you are a 6 spot. So you are not helpful in the slightest in any shape or form. So not cool, yo. Not cool. So I think I can get away with... I think I can get away with putting a 4 here. That's going to give me this row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And then I'll figure out what to do here. Yeah. Oh, that reminds me, everybody, I have to cut the stream short today. I have a meeting at 2. So I've got an hour and a half left. Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to PAX. It's going to be our first real vacation, because we have not traveled to anywhere really, because we canceled PAX. Not PAX. We canceled going to Origins because we didn't like... We weren't feeling too high on their on their vaccine requirements. We weren't feeling that at all. So then we were gonna go to Tennessee Game Days, because Joe really wanted us to come travel down his way, and that ended up getting borked as well because of their COVID situation. So and we told him as much. We're like, yeah, we're not comfortable getting on a plane yet. He really wants us to come down for the spring day, but it's also my brother's birthday that weekend, so it depends. And he's like, well, tell your brother to come.
Sure. Just him, his whole family.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, dude, you know that because he travels down to Nashville. He travels down every year for ICCC, which is the Star Wars toy convention, because that's like his big thing. He's a huge he's not just a toy collector, but he's also kind of like an archivist. So all this random knowledge about Star Wars and Star Wars toys and all that, he knows all of it. Like he'll get so embarrassed with me gushing on him a little bit, but he's just brilliant in that respect, and I adore him so much for it. And that is a red spot. How do I fix this? Because I don't think I can.
Wrecked this board. This is not going to be good.
This is pretty ugly. I'm not happy about it, because I can't make that a 5, and green and blue is the worst it could have been. Actually, wait. You know what? This row is borked anyway. But this row is going to be borked. So, and this is absolutely a 6. So, if I move that up there, I can put the green there, but that's, that'll ruin this row, but not the column, and it'll still give me something, but then I'm stuck otherwise. I need to figure out how to move things around. I think I have to put this here. That's going to ruin this row and this column. And I'm not okay with it. There's got to be a different way.
My entire board's a mess, so I'm no help today.
I feel that there's a solution here somewhere, and I can't see it. Oh wait, there is. So if I do that, then I can say that's okay. Oh wait, no. No, because then I can't put the 2 there. There's an answer here. I just don't see it. I don't see it yet. And my chat's probably screaming at me.
No, they're pretty quiet.
I was hoping they'd scream at me a little bit. Like, NJ, there's an answer here somewhere. You'll see it. Promise.
Well, if the collective intelligence doesn't see anything, then you're not alone. You know?
Mahi's is trying to think. All right.
Yeah, I'm looking at it and I'm not seeing anything.
The lack of yellows is what's really hurting, honestly. Yeah. Quit your belly aching timer.
We know.
Alice says, "Sorry, eating breakfast." No, don't apologize for feeding yourself. Good grief. No. Don't even. Don't even. Huh. If I put that there, then that leaves me in kind of a pickle. It's that I need to figure out what could go here. Because I could probably move this, but that doesn't solve my problem. The lack of yellow is the pain. That is correct. I am in pain right now. Because I could move this up and move that down, but that still doesn't... Well, does it solve... It doesn't solve my problem. So wait, if I move this up and I move this down... That doesn't solve my problem one bit. It doesn't, because I still have greens and blue, and green and blue is everywhere. So, like, this is the nightmare scenario right here. Unless I just move the blue up, but even still I can't do that. I still can't do that.
Yeah, because you can't play the 1s and 2s. You could just play the 6 and take the hit on that row and column.
I'd rather not, to be quite honest.
I understand, but just looking at the limitations that you're at and the adjustments you can make with the tools on hand.
Yeah. If I do that, and I do that, Yes, then I can play this. For example, I could move the yellow one up top. I could move the yellow. It would ruin the column. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't. It wouldn't necessarily, because if I, it would ruin the column, but it would save me. So if I did that, well, if I did that, I wouldn't be able to move it because of the 1. Like, the 1 is the problem. So I could do that, but I only have, yeah, see, I can't do that. So I would need to be able to move something over, but the 5 is what's killing me. Because I could move this. Hey! I wasn't done! I saw that. That was rude. So what I'm going to have to do then is this. Take this over here. Take this here. Take that there. Well, I can't because it's not going to help any. Oh my gosh. I borked this so hard. And I can't change any of it because it's a 5 and a 6. So this is not good. I am disappointed in myself for screwing this up.
It happens.
I can't. Mahi says, my mom just video called me and I almost hit decline. It's her birthday, so I felt compelled to answer. Go talk to your mom. She's not going to care what you look like. Just go talk to your mom. Be with your mom. Yeah, this was pretty rough, not gonna lie. This hurt.
Yeah.
This hurt just as bad as the last game.
Hey, I broke 30, and considering how terrible of a game I was having, I'll take it. But I do have to get going because I got to get this yard work done and house cleaning and other stuff.
That's more than fine. You know I always appreciate you.
And I appreciate you having me on and everyone who watches and hearing how everyone's doing. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for hosting. And I hope you all have a great week.
You too. Take it easy. Be well. All right. It was so good to have Rex with us today for a little bit. Hi, Jwancy. No, I'm not leaving. Don't remember, I'm not leaving. I've got another hour plus. I'm not going anywhere just yet, y'all. Rex had to go take care of his stuff, and I have another hour plus with you. But I mean, this last game was pain. You take care, Rex. I'll see you next week. All right, everybody. I have another cup of coffee waiting for me right outside this door. So I am going to take a very quick health and safety break so I can go pour that cup of coffee and take these bottles out of here. And because I had my liquid breakfast today, I had protein shakes. So I'm going to just, take care of my stuff and grab another cup of coffee. I want everybody to get up, stretch, and stuff like that. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. If you're not subscribed, I'm sorry. I'm going to play an ad just because I can. So that'll give me 2.5 minutes to get this together. And then I think we're going to dive into the daily challenge for today, because I haven't played that with y'all in a while. And I think that would be delightful. So see you in a bit. Okay, and I'm back. Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate that. I hope you took a chance to stretch your legs and stuff like that. I went and grabbed my medication and another cup of coffee and stuff like that because, you gotta take care of yourself, right? You gotta make sure that you are doing everything to the best of your ability to make sure that you are hydrated, caffeinated, if caffeine's your thing, that kind of stuff. Okay, so why don't we tackle the daily challenge? For those of you who have the game, I want you to play along if you're able, and I want to know how you do. So if you hear random noises in the background, it's just me making sure I take all my stuff. I have I take vitamin D once a week. I have my brain meds, my anxiety meds, and I take a couple of over-the-counter things just for my own health. I take a probiotic and cranberry pills, because they help keep things. They help keep your body balanced. So let's see. Okay. Okay. That's up to you. I'm offering it as a suggestion. All right, so let's talk about this daily challenge for a bit. So this daily challenge is going to be an absolute pain in the butt. I can see that right now. Looks like our color is purple. That's fine. From what I see here, we have the same thing, almost the same thing that we just had in the last game with Rex. Where, let's see, where it's, the columns and the rows have to be different numerically, and the rows have to be different colors. So that's a whole thing. It does look like we have, I think it's, flux remover. No, not flux remover. We do have these tools. One which will let us take from the supply, one of which will let us move things, and one of which will let us reroll. And we're looking for purple, so. Glazing hammer. I was right, it was flux remover. So we're going to be using glazing hammer, where we're going to re-roll all the dice in the draft pool. We saw this earlier today. Ignoring, let's see, re-rolling all dice in the draft pool, only used on the second turn. Okay. Eglamy's brush, another, this is another board manipulation tool. Move any one die in your window, ignoring color restrictions on your window pattern. That would have been helpful last game, maybe. You must obey all other placement and adjacency restrictions. And last but not least, flux remover, which I did accurately call. Draft a die, then swap a new die from the supply. Choose a value, place the new die, obeying all placement restrictions, or return it to the draft pool. And as said before, row and column shade variety. Rows and columns cannot have repeated values. Well, they can, we just don't get points for it. And row color variety, rows with no repeated colors. So this has the potential, if done well, to be a very high point scoring game. If not done well, it's gonna be an ugly mess. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on with that. We'll see what's going on with that. Okay. All right. As I take the last of my daily things. So how are we kicking things off? We are kicking things off with a red 1, a green 2, a green 1, and a blue 2. No purples, but that's okay. Obviously, our best course of action is to work from top to bottom. We know that keeping with the columns being, the rows being different color-wise, it kind of doesn't matter which color combo we use, either the red and the green or the green and the blue. I'm going to go ahead and use the red and the green because we already have red in these bottom 2 columns, and bottom 2 rows for that matter. So getting rid of the red up here is not a bad idea. So we're going to do that. And we'll put those up in the top. Okay. Turn 2, we have a green 2, a blue 6, a blue 5, and a purple 4. Well, since we have no yellow, we can't touch that bottom side. So what I think I want to do is I want to get down this way somehow. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the blue 6 and put that here. Although that means that if I get a purple, it would have to be a purple 5 over here, or what have you. So that's a thing. But I do want to get that 6 out of the way. Or do I? How do I want to how do I want to approach this? Because I could put the 4 here. And then the other green 2 here. That would get me down here. But I could also put the purple 4 here and then the blue 5 here. That would get me in that top corner. But that would guarantee that this 3 would have to be yellow. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take that purple 4. I'm going to run with it. But then I'm going to take this 6 and run with it. Now, I do have Eglamee's brush. That is going to help with colors. So I think it'll be fine. We do have a way to link down to the yellow. So, and here's the purple. Here's where the purple comes in. So we have a red 1, a blue 5, a purple 6, and a purple 3. Well, we want the purple. We definitely want the purples. We want the purples. So what I think I want to do here is take Eglamee's brush and move this down here so that I can take this purple 6, put that right in the corner, boom, done, dusted. Get it out of the way. And I think that would be more than fine. Because then we can take the purple 1, or the red 1 rather, and we can put that in either of these columns. I would probably put it here. Because I want there to be room for 1s elsewhere if need be. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to play this red 1 right here. Granted, I'm leaving 3 points for purple on the table. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. Also, if I didn't say so before, afternoon, Jwansi, I hope that you are okay. All right, let's see what we have here. We have a yellow 5, a yellow 3, a green 5, and a green 2. Well, that yellow 3, I'm going to put right there because we already have a 5 in this row. So if I put that 5 here, that's going to negate the points I'm going to get from that row. So that's totally out. So there's that. Now, I could put the green 5 here, but I'm not going to. I'm actually going to go ahead and put the green 2 here. Now that means that this 5, that means that this 5 has to be blue, and we already have 2 blue 5s here. So maybe let's not do that. Maybe let's go ahead and let's put the yellow 5 here and get rid of that 5 requirement. Now, we could put a purple 5 there, but we don't have to. Or should we put it here? That would mean that our purple, we could have a purple 4 over here, but I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. Maybe let's put the 5 here, because a blue could go here or here. Red's going here. Green has to go here by default, so I can't put a green down here. So this has to be green. So, wait, this has to be green. Hold on. So, I think this has to be green and this has to be blue. So many decisions. Poop. You know what? I'm just going to put the yellow 5 up here and I'm just going to deal with it. I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to do it. Oh my gosh. This is banana pants. This is banana pants. Blarg. This is banana pants. Oh, I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Red 6. Can't use that. Red 2. Oh my gosh, there's the blue 5. There's the blue 5. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put the red 2 here as a placeholder. Actually, wait, no. We're gonna put the purple 1 here as a placeholder. We're gonna move that purple 1 right over. No, wait, no. Purple 1 is too low. Let's get this 6 here. I'm laughing now. I really am. This is not okay. This is not okay. You know what? No, let's put the 5 here. We'll shift it over in just a second. We'll shift it over. Oh my gosh, this is not funny. And then we'll put the red 2 over here and get that red spot out of the way. I'm crying right now. I'm crying with laughter. That's the 3rd blue 5. I was not expecting that. Okay. Yellow 6, blue 3, purple 2. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to move this 5 over 1. We're going to move it up. We can't move it over 1 yet. Okay, hold on. Hold. Steady as she goes. Yeah, once that moves over, I'll be able to do more with it. So, let's do that for now, because I need that there. Because, I mean, I could put a blue 6 up there, but I'd rather not. And then... this is such a disaster. I think... No, because that has to be different numerically. Oh, this is hideous. And I don't like it. So if I put this here, right, and I shift this over 1, then this will be green whatever. I can move that green 2 down if I want. Man, this bites. Oh my gosh. This is pretty terrible. Okay. Yellow 3, green 2, purple 2. Well, first thing we're going to do is we're going to move that 5 over. And we're going to make room for the green 2. We're going to make room for it. Then we're going to play the yellow 3 over here. And that's going to solve us for yellow. So now we really need to be super focused on other stuff. Like I can only move things 1 more time if I wanted to. So, eep. Yellow 2, green 3, which I can't place anywhere yet. Blue 5, which I can place, and a blue 1. Like I said, the yellow is out. The green is a thing, and we do have 1 more space for blue. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put this 5 here, because that's going to solve this column problem. But now this has to be green, which isn't going to work. So we need to figure out what to do. We need to move. We can't move this row. So this being the way it is completely sideways. I would need 2 things to move that 6 into position. So that's not going to do me any favors. If I move this, then I can make this green and that purple, and that would, well, actually no, I can't. I need to make that yellow. So I'm in a pickle, and I think this is going to end up being open, or it's going to be a purple, and I think I'm just going to have to deal with it. So I'm going to put that 5 there. And the one is the only thing I could really use. The blue one. But I'm already spoken for blue. It's green, and it's the green spot. It's green that I have to work with. So I need green, purple, and red. A green that's not a 3. So I can use anything but that 3. Because I can put something here, and I can put something here, and I can put something there. So I'm just going to re-roll. Yeah, I know. Let me re-roll in peace. Do not give me a green 3. You gave me a green 4. I will take that green 4 and run. Let me run. So, yeah. This is just getting more ugly by the minute. It really is. Okay, so now I get all the greens. Good to know. This row is borked no matter what I do color-wise, but it's not borked numerically, and it's not borked this way. So what I could do is put this here, right? I can put that there. And that's going to ruin it for the color, but it's not going to ruin the column or the row for this. I'm still going to get 9 points from it. I'm still getting 9 points, so I can't necessarily complain. If I put the 4 here, like if I put the green 4 here, I'm still going to get that column bonus. And I still have potential to get the row bonus. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to put that 4 there. Because I can't do anything else otherwise. Because I could put the 4 here, but that's going to ruin the row numerically. And I'd rather not risk it. So, 10th thing is going to be a whole thing. It's going to be a whole thing. I'm telling you now, it's a whole thing. And I don't like it. And here we go. Oh, that's not okay. That's not okay. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. And it gave me a yellow 5 anyway. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being useless. I appreciate you. Man, oh man, oh man. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. That was pretty rough, y'all. This hurt. Mrs. Tango! Hi, Mrs. Tango. How are you? Welcome in, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the pain. Welcome to the pain. Hi. Hi, welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the pain that is Sagrada today. We're doing the daily challenge. We just had our friend Rex come in. Welcome in, Parsnip, Echo. Good to see you. Echo, that reminds me, I need to talk to you. Poke me in like 2 hours, because I need to tell you something. Hey, Mosel, good to see you. Dr. Ransom. Mrs. T, how was your stream? This was, your Sunday chatting stream, right? Yeah, thank you, Echo. Yeah, it's afternoon for me. It's 1:07. Hi, Faulty. Good to see you. Your rank was 283. No. No. We can do better than that. And thanks for the follows, Cable Guy and Farrah Bear. You love getting to talk to everybody. Yeah, I partially wish that that I could sit in on your stream when you start, but they seem to like we kind of we're on top of each other a little bit in that respect. But maybe one of these days I'll start a little later so I can pop in and say hello. But yeah, I love catching your streams when I can. Yeah, Cable Guy, I saw that you followed. Thank you. Your my Manatee Guy is my husband. He knows you well. He always wants me to raid you if you happen to be streaming when I'm on. Yeah, I definitely want to. And I'm glad that I was able to pop in on Friday for your Among Us game. I'm usually modding for Skiz after my Friday event, which is why I kind of like pop in, like say hello and then leave. Yep, that's my hubs. He has you on sometimes in the living room, if I'm doing something else or whatever. He's like, yeah, you should watch this guy. I was like, I do. All right, so what tools are we working with? Welcome to Sagrada. Sagrada is a game that is inspired by a real basilica in Spain called the Sagrada Familia, which is very well known all over the world for its beautiful stained glass windows. So in this game, what I'm trying to do is create my own stained glass windows using dice. This is available on Steam, on Switch, on mobile, and they're cross-platform, so you can play with your friends on it. But it's also a hard copy game, and it's gorgeous. This and Pandemic are my two favorite board games of all time. It's made by Floodgate Games and Direwolf Digital. And so I'm doing the daily challenge, and in the daily challenge, we're given our private objective, our public objectives, which I'll explain in a minute, and we're given tools to work with. Lady Amelia, we got a Twitch baby! We got a Twitch baby in the house, y'all! Yay! 9 months in a row. Thank you, Lady Amelia. You are such a sweetheart, and I'm so glad you're here because I know how much you love Sagrada Sunday. I wasn't here last week because I was participating in a charity event. It was my third charity event in 2.5 weeks, and I'll explain more. I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a sec. So we have these tools. We have Glazing Hammer, which is re-roll all the dice in our draft pool. This may only be used on your second turn before drafting. Drafting is basically where you choose the die you're going to place on your board. We have Eglome's Brush. Move any one die in your window, ignoring color restrictions on your window pattern. And I'll explain what that is in just a sec when we get to the board itself. And then we also have Flux Remover. So we're going to draft a die. We're basically going to choose a die. And then we're going to swap it for a new die from the supply. We're going to choose a value, then place the new die, obeying all placement restrictions, or we're going to return it to the draft pool. So one of those things will happen. So let's get started with our public objectives. So I said that we had a private objective, and that private objective was basically where it's a color, and if we were playing against other people, we would be able to have that kept in private. And I don't know why that didn't work, but for all of you who just came in from Mrs. Tango raid, I don't know why that's not working. Why are you not working? Please work for me. Thank you. But you're not working. Streamlabs, man. Streamlabs is just being difficult. But yeah, if you could remove the raid part from the URL, that would be amazing, and it would help me out immensely. So please, 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 and thank you. So these objectives are things that I'm going to be looking for while I attempt to gain as many points as possible on this 4x5 grid. So first we have rose shade variety. So the rows that we have cannot have repeated values from the dice at all. And if they don't, then it's 5 points per row. So that's a maximum of 20 points. Then we have row color variety. There are 5 colors in the game: red, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And so if our rows are different color-wise, that's another 6 points per per row, that's 24 points we can add to our final total. And then to spice things up a little bit, we have column shade variety. So columns with no repeated values. So if the columns are different numerically, that's another 4 points. That's another 20 potential points that we can add. So we're looking at 20, and 20 is 40, and 24 is 64 points that we could potentially have on our board. This is the board that we're working with. You can also remove by clicking on the streamer name twice. Thank you, Allie. I didn't know that. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so looking at this is our board. The round track is right here. So there are 10 rounds in a game because you place 2 dice per round. And when you max out your board, that's 20 dice. Our favor tokens are here. They measure the difficulty of the board that we're using, which is a level 5 difficulty. But it also allows us to pay for the tools I mentioned earlier. Every first use of a tool is 1 favor token, and then every subsequent use, no matter who uses it, is 2 points per token, or 2 points per tool. Our private objective is over here. We're going to be looking for purple as our color. That's going to give us extra bonus points. And then our objectives that we talked about earlier are to the left and right of the board. Our draft pool is right down here at the bottom. So here's the favor tokens and everything, round track. And then here, that's our draft pool. This is where we're going to be choosing all the different dice that we have available to us. And then we have the board. There are 3 different types of restrictions that you see on this board. One is color. So I can only put yellow dice in these 3 spaces. I can only put red dice in these 2 spaces, etc. Then there's value or numeric. So I can only place, like for example, I can only place this 3 here. I can only place this 6 here, etc. Last but not least is adjacency. So the first die you put on the board has to be on the outer rim of the board, and you work your way out from there. But you can't put the same color next to each other, and you can't put the same number next to each other. So if I wanted to put a yellow 6 here, right? I can't put a yellow 6 here or here because it's a yellow or it's a 6. Or let's say I put this here and I wanted to put a red 6. I wouldn't be able to because it's next to a 6. So that's a whole thing. Now, because there's a 6 in this column, having a 6 here is kind of not a good thing. Having yellow 6s is not the greatest. So that's going to make it a little more difficult to get things kicked off, especially if I have row and column variety. So I need to be very careful about where I put things, where I put everything. In fact, this is one of the worst possible starts. This is one of the worst possible starts I have ever seen. Ideally, I would love to be able to get that 6 right here. And I'm not going to be able to. So what I think I'm going to do, though, what I think I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to use one of my tools very, very early. But not just yet. Not yet. So what I can do is I can play this 3 right here. Because I can move it later. I can. I have opportunities to move things. And then I'm going to hit OK. But then I'm going to use Glazing Hammer, and I'm going to re-roll all of this, because this is 3 6s early on, especially all yellow, is kind of terrible. But this is more palatable. I'm going to take that 4, and I'm going to place it here. I could take the 6, but I have a 6 over here, and we were trying to avoid that before. And I could take the 2 and play it here, but I have a 2 in this column, and if I want those bonus points, having a 2 here is a bad idea. So I'm going to just put that 4 there, hit OK, and then those go up in the round track. That signifies the end of this round, and we're going to start round 2. And of course I get a red 4 because, haha, yeah, The dice have been very, they've been very persnickety with me lately. So, yeah. They've been persnickety. They don't like me very much. But it's okay. It's okay. We're in the same pickle that we were in before, but it's a manageable pickle. Oh yeah, the dice have been trolling me since I woke up. Since I got here. But it's okay. We're good. We're good. We want purple. And that purple 6 is going to go great right in this 6 spot. So what we're going to do instead, we're going to place this blue 2 here. And yeah, I can move it up here, but not yet. Not yet. We're going to place that blue 2. Then we're going to place the purple 6. That's going to give us access to all of this up here. And it's going to give us another 6 points. Right now, just looking at the board, with purple as our secret color, our private objective, there are 9 points on the board already. Kindle says, I looked over, your mouse was over the 2 die, and I got real confused because I didn't recognize the pattern. Yeah, it takes a second. Okay, so this round we're looking at yellow 6, green 4, blue 3. Okay, not bad. Not bad. We do want to go through and get these, as many restrictions as we can, out of the way. And I know that there are already 2 yellows in the round track. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to place this yellow 6 up here. It's not interfering with anything. It's going to help us get to the other side of the board. Kindle says, I'm not complaining, just want to share that my brain is weird sometimes. Yeah, my brain is weird too. I mean, anxiety brain. You are not alone. And I didn't think you were complaining one bit. I think you were just making an observation based on what you were observing. So that's totally fine. And for those of you who are new and just coming in from Mrs. Tango's raid, first off, thank you for sticking around, and you're more than welcome to hang out here as long as you like. If you want, feel free to ask any questions about me, the game, what have you. I'm happy to answer them. And I will talk about the fundraiser from last week, because that was like the big thing that happened over the course of this week. First, though, I'm going to play the screen 4 and plunk it here. And yes, I do have a channel point redemption for questions and stuff like that, but you do not have to use them since most of you are new here, and I would like for you to make yourselves at home and get to know me better. Okay, what are we looking at? We're looking at a red 6. That is useless. Red 3, yellow 1, green 3. That green 3 is not going to do us any favors in that top left corner, but that red 3 will. But I want this restriction squared away, so I'm going to put that there for now. That'll help get that out of the way. And then I think I'm going to take this 1 and finish off this yellow restriction. I think that would be good. Yeah, I think that would be nice. So why don't we do that? And if I have to move the 1, I will. I don't think I'll have to just yet. I think I'll be okay. Okay, so another red 3. Excellent. Blue 5. Great. Blue 2. Great. Purple 1. Okay, the purple 1's not the best because I want those bonus points, but that's okay. The red 3 I think I'm going to put up here, because we want to get that 3 out of the way. So that'll be good. And this has to be red. So the 5 and the 6 have to be blue and green. Have to be blue and green. I think, though, that I want to get this 2. Because this is a requirement as well. And there aren't a lot of blues in the round track right now. So I think that's going to be okay. Let's see where that takes us. Let's see where that takes us. Okay. All right, so good. Waiting was a good idea because now I have this purple 5. And the purple 5 is perfect, or purple-fict, because it can go right here. Allie says, you are only using 2 dice each round and leaving 2. Is that also a restriction? It's not a restriction. There are 10 rounds in the game, and every player can only place 2 dice at a time. Because then by the end of the game, you've placed all 20 dice. There's no option to place any others. They're basically extra. Usually, it's you get 2 dice plus 1 extra for the amount of players per game. So if this was a 2-player game, we would have 5 dice. Because there's always 1 left over. Yeah, there's always at least 1 left over. But this actually works in our favor because that purple 5 is going to go perfectly there. Now, the red 4 can't go in this red spot here. But we've already had 1 blue 5. So I think that's a sign that I need to place this other blue 5. I'm going to take that as a hint and run. Thought I had seen you being able to place all dice in a hand. No, unfortunately not, or else believe me, I would. Okay, red 2, green 3, 2 blue 2s. Okay. So the red 2 we can finally use here, which means that this has to be a green 6. So we have to hope for a green 6 at some point. And the second we do, it's going right there, no questions asked. So that's a whole thing. Okay, that works. So we'll do that. And if I place this green 3 here, that means that this over here has to be red. That's not going to fly. This has to be green. So if this has to be green, this can't be green. So this has to be green by default. And that is going to fit in perfectly there. But it's going to ruin our color row. It's going to ruin our color row. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to take the blue 2 and put it here. It's a lot of blue 2s. Alrighty then. As tempting as it is to put the 3 there, it's going to ruin... It'll keep our column intact, but it'll ruin our row numerically. And that's not what we're looking for. We're looking to preserve that. Come on, green 6. Give me a green 6. Mama wants a green 6. I did not get a green 6. That is disappointing. Okay. But what I can do is use Egglemi's brush, move this yellow 1 up here. I said I was going to move the yellow 1. Put that 4 here instead. That solves that problem. Now this has to be green, right? I said this had to be green and this had to be green. If I put the 1 here, that's going to ruin this row, this column rather. So this 1 is going to go right here, which means that this has to be a red 3. We already have a red 3 here, so I might have to move it. We shall see. But I think we're good in that respect. So this right here has to be purple, and this right here has to be green. All right, Mosel, have a great afternoon. I'm glad you stopped in for even just a second. It's always good to see you. And give me a poke sometime. I want to talk to you about something. All right, so red 5, great. Let's see. Green 4, purple 3, and a purple one. Ooh, okay, so yikes. That's a big yikes. If I had the chance to move 2, I would move 2, because I could move this down here and then move the 3 somewhere else, but I'm not going to be able to do that. So, what do I do? What do I do? I could move this red 3 up here. I could do that, because then I could put the red 5 here. Because this is green and this is purple. So, yeah. I could do that. It's okay, Alice. I'm glad you're in. So the question is, do I bork the row? Because that's what's going to... The column, rather. The column's going to be wrecked. And I'm worried about... I'm very worried about this. The fact that I haven't seen a green 6 yet is worrisome. So what I think I might want to do is put that 5 there and then use... Oh, I can't use glazing hammer. I have to use flux remover if I want to move something. One, two, three. Okay, so that green is 2/3 of the way there. That's right. It is. Now, here's the thing. If I use flux remover, I could get something like a blue that I wouldn't be able to use. Actually, I could put the blue 6 here. I'd still be able to get the 9 points from the columns, but other than that, it would be pointless. I could put this here, but that's not going to work because this has to be green for the color balance bonus. I could put this here, but I would lose the column bonus, but I would be able to keep the color bonus and potentially this. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's nothing I could put here. I'd lose the column or the row anyway. I'd lose the column or the row. I would prefer to lose the column rather. But if this is a 5 or a 3, then I would be fine. If it's a 6, it would go here, but you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. I'm holding my breath. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We'll figure it out. Well, we'll still get the row. We'll still get the column. We lost the row. We'll still get the column. But that 6 right there, that hurts. That hurts. Not gonna lie, that hurts. Let's see if we get a 6. Give me anything that's not a red. Yes! Yes, we got our green 6. Come to mama. Come to mama. Yes. Yes. Come to mama. Oh my gosh. Let's see how painful this is. Kindle says, I will take full credit for this development. Sure, you do that. I'm going to take another sip of my coffee. We managed to get 3 on the row color variety. Nice. for the columns. Okay, this is better than I anticipated, not gonna lie. This is better than my first try. Wow! Look at that! Look what we did! Look what we did! We managed to get, we managed to get 3 of the rows for color. We did pretty dang well. I mean, what was it we said? That it was like 60-something points? 64 points? Yeah, 64 points for all of it. And we managed to get, I think, like 40 of them. So that works. That's fine. That's fine by me. That's fine by me. That's totally fine. Your rank was 46. If your rank doesn't drop below 50, you'll earn a silver badge tomorrow. Nice. You know what, though? I think we can do better. I have time for 1, maybe 2 more games of this, and then I have to go because I have a meeting at 2 o'clock. But seriously, peeps, I think we're in good shape. I think we're in good shape. So it's a thing. It's a whole thing. Oh goodness. Okay. So all right, we know the tools that we're using, right? We know the tools we're using. We know what we're up against. Okay. So for anyone who's a follower, I have the hype emote. I'm actually in the process of like reconfiguring my emotes. So followers can use the hype emote, and subscribers can use the love emote for now. But let me tell you about last week. Okay, hold on. Before I do that, we're looking at a red 2, a yellow 4, a green 6, and a green 3. I'm automatically shade variety. Yeah, that's what they call the numbers, shades. So I'm not wasting any time. I'm immediately putting that green 6 in that corner. Immediately. I am not wasting any time. Oh my gosh. If I keep this up, I'm going to laugh myself into it. I'm going to gasp. Oh my gosh. Too funny. Immediately taking that green 6. I am not wasting any time. And I'm going to take the yellow 4 as well and just work my way up and out. I'm not wasting a minute. I'm not wasting a minute. But yeah, so last week, so the thing is, with Manatee Gag and I, for those who don't know, Manatee Gag's my husband. We are heavily invested in doing charity work. We both belong to a collegiate fraternity, and we are advisors and mentors to the individuals, the college students of every gender who belong to this organization. We are a co-ed organization, so we are very gender neutral in that respect. We still call each other brothers, which we have adopted as a gender neutral term. But okay, red 6, red 1, blue 1, purple 6. I really want to get to that 6 spot, and I really want that purple 6. So I'm going to take that purple 6, and I'm going to put it here, because I can. And then I'm going to take the red 6. I would love to have that purple 6 up there, but actually no. I'm going to take the red 1, and I'm going to put it here, because I need red. I need to cover those colors. Yeah. So we're very heavily invested in doing charity work, and we've been doing that kind of work. We've been mentoring college students for the better part of 20 plus years. Manatee is decorated. I'm decorated. Not something I brag about, but just so you know, like we have a lot of experience with it. And that's what's made the work that I do for Draw for Charity, which is the group that Joe Hills introduced me to. Like, I'm now in that friend group. We do those charity events twice a year and the whatnot, which, by the way, cheap plug time. We are actually going to be doing a 5-day fundraiser for World Builders the 6th through the 10th, we're going to be raising money for an organization called World Builders, which is run by Patrick Rothfuss, I believe. And they help all these wonderful organizations. And last year, they were focused on Heifer International, which provides livestock and education about how to raise livestock and things like that to impoverished communities all over the world. So definitely join us for that. We're starting at, I believe, we're going from 8 to 10 or 11 p.m. Every night from the 6th to the 10th. And I'll be hosting a special Among Us session on the 8th before I go to PAX Unplugged. So I hope that you will tune in for that. Make sure you're following us there on the Twitch and the Twitters, because I would love to see you all in chat for that. But getting back to last week, so occasionally I try to stream regularly 3 times a week on Tuesday nights, Friday nights, and Sunday mornings. And every so often, especially now, I've had to postpone or cancel streams because of different events or getting together with my IRL friends and the whatnot. Because now we're all vaccinated, it's safe enough for us to go out and be together and hang out and spend time with one another. So that's what we've been doing. Kindle says, do you have any espresso machine milk frother advice? Depends on what exactly you're asking. Are you asking about how to get the milk to froth correctly? Or are you talking about espresso, espresso machine maintenance itself? I need just a teeny bit more of the specifics of what you're asking. Okay, if I put that yellow 5 there, that's not going to do me any favors. So I think I'm going to put the 4 here. I can move the 6 up now. That would save me some grief. What machines are good for home use? That's a really good question. I am of the belief that an espresso maker should not cost you a mortgage payment, but at the same time you want something that's going to be of a high quality. I personally do not have an espresso maker as much as I would like one, because I do not have the time or the energy to use it. I'll be perfectly honest with you about that. Yeah, I see the yellow 4, and I'm going to put the yellow 4 here. That's true. And then I'll put the red 3 over here and get rid of that restriction. And I think that would be a good call. I do need to start putting in blues. The best thing I could tell you is to do your research and to read up on what each one offers, how much it is, what your budget is. Mortgages shouldn't cost a mortgage payment. That's true. Mortgage payment should not cost. No. I consider you a primary resource. Well, if you want to DM me on Discord some of the things that you're looking at, I could give some basic advice. I'd be happy to do that. And I really don't like that 2. That purple 2 is not going to help me any. So I think I'm going to just re-roll and hope I get something better than that. That's not funny. That's not funny at all. That's messed up. That is wrong. I'll make some posts on your Discord. I just like using the channel points. Well, yeah, I mean, use the channel points. That's what they're there for. And that's also another thing I need to have time for, is to go through my channel points. But yeah, so getting back to what I was talking about with the charity work and stuff. because I want to make sure I touch upon it before I forget and lose track of everything like I normally do. Yeah, charity work for both Manatee and I is very, very important. And last week I canceled this stream because we were helping my friend. She organizes a charity event every year benefiting an organization called American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And so the two of us, we go out to it, and we volunteer. We basically, we'll help. I'm going to put the blue one here because I can't put a blue there. So that works. I'm going to need a green here. I need a blue here. And I need a blue here. So I need a lot of blue. And there's a lot of blue in the round track. So that doesn't give me a lot of confidence. That actually makes me very nervous. And I don't like it. And that column, I realize, is completely borked. So that's not okay. But, yeah, so we were there, and we were helping out. We were, what were we doing? We were doing a lot of stuff. We were, why do I not like this at all? Because I don't. How do I want to fix this? How can I fix this? Because right now I cannot. The blue 2 I can put up here. That's going to ruin this column, but solidify this row in 2 ways. So that is going to work. But I think I'm going to have to, because I have room for 1 yellow. And I could move the 5 down, which will ruin the row. But save the... Because this column is ruined anyway. So there's almost no point. So I think I'm just going to re-roll. And hope I get something that works. Please? You all see this, right? You see this, right? Did you just see how the dice treated me right now? The dice, oh, so mean. My broken heart right now. This wounds me. Oh, deities of the dice. Why do you wound me so? Allie flips the screen. Oh, not cool. Not cool. Oh, that's not cool. Not even close. No. Oh, Mother of Mary. Oh, not cool. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna salvage some of this. We're gonna salvage this in our own way. We know that this column and this column and this row are completely ruined. So here's what we're gonna do. We're actually gonna go ahead. We're gonna play Egglami's brush, and we are gonna move this 5 down here. That is gonna give us the column color-wise. It's going to give us the row color-wise. We're going to get the column numerically. Then, wait, did I screw that up? No, I did not, because I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do... No, I'm not. Hold on. Okay, that's a yellow. That's not. So, I'm in a little bit of a pickle here. Because I could use Egglami's brush, but I need a 5 to move down there, which I have up here. But it's a 5 as it is. And it's also purple. So that's not going to do me any favors. I could take this 4 and move it, but can't do that because there's a 4 right here. So this has to be a yellow or a green. I could take this 1, but I can't because there's a 1. Or I could take this 2, because this is already borked 7 ways to Sunday, but I can't because it's all purple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Flux Remover, and I'm going to see if I can get a yellow out of this. And I'm going to ditch this 2. Give me a yellow. You gave me a green. Hello. Hi, welcome in. Relaying the message that coffee is rank. Thanks. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in, Zombie Raiders. Hello. That's what Cleo wanted you to say. No, you're not. Don't give me that. You're not sorry at all. Oh, I needed that. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh, I have tears. I have tears in my eyes. Thank you. Welcome in, everybody. How are you? I'm so glad that I got to, thank you, Potato Cat. Welcome. Thank you all for the follows. I'm glad that I got to pop into your stream this morning because I basically woke up and I saw that you were streaming. And so I was like, okay, that's cool. I can watch for a little bit. And then I had to like peace out because I wanted to get changed and everything. And then as I was prepping for this, I basically looked over at Manatee and said, hey, Cleo's streaming. He's like, oh, okay, cool. So he puts you on in the living room because we have the stick thingy that lets us watch Twitch in the living room. And so he goes off to do that and then goes and takes a nap. He goes and takes a nap. So I walked out for a break and he was just completely out cold. Poor thing. We did a lot of, oh, you know what? Hold on. I can't do that because it's a 6. And I can't do that because it's a, wait, hold on. I can move you. And then I can move you. And I couldn't move the yellow 5 Lady Amelia because there's a yellow underneath it. I would have been stuck. All right, so I managed to finish the board, but welcome to Sagrada, everybody. We're doing the daily challenges. Yeah, we're doing the daily challenge today. We played with Rex a little while ago. If you have this game, it's easily it's my favorite game. It really is. But yeah, last week I wasn't here. I was saying before, for those who know me, I tell stories like the dog in Up. So I'll start a story, go do something else, come back, go back, and etc. Oh goodness. Waves like a weirdo. Yeah, hi Songbird. Good to see you. Socks of Doom says, I shall not relay that message since you're my personal water timer. I don't know how to feel about that, but you're welcome. It was a very chill stream. But yeah, so Manatee was taking a nap last I looked. And this score is abysmal. This is not the best score I've had today. And I have time for one more. Before my meeting. So let me walk you through this game. That's okay. Enjoy how you want. I don't mind lurkers. And thank you all so much for the follows. I appreciate you so much. So this game is called Sagrada. It's based off of a real life, or not based off of, but inspired by a real life basilica in Spain called the Sagrada Familia. And basically you're creating stained glass windows. That's what this basilica is known for. Oh, that's right, Socks. That's right. Thank you, Cleo. Thank you so much, dear. I'm so glad you came in. Have a wonderful afternoon, or in this case, evening. Take care. I'll catch you another time. But yes, so this is inspired by this basilica that's known for its beautiful stained glass windows. It's made by Floodgate Games and Direwolf Digital. It's a actual physical board game, but it's also available on Steam, mobile, and then the Switch. I have it on here and on mobile because I like to play it during my lunch break. And so you have this 5x4 grid, and you're trying to place these dice to make these stained glass windows. And so, in order to do that, we're given these different tools. And so they're either die manipulation, board manipulation, or turn manipulation. Since this is the daily challenge, they don't usually have the turn manipulation because it's not like a solo game. So what we're working with here are a combination of die and board manipulation tools. So for the first tool we have, it's called Glazing Hammer, and it allows us to re-roll all the dice that we have to choose from during our second turn of the round. Then we have one called Eglamee's Brush. Cameron says, die manipulation, also known as necromancy. In a sense, yes. Board game. I'd like to know how many dice come in the physical game if you need colors and numbers. I don't remember. I actually have not physically opened my board game box for it in a while. It hasn't hit the table with us in a bit. Although I definitely want it to, and I intend on playing this in person with Joe, Badger, and whoever else when we're at PAX Unplugged next month. So Eglamee's Brush will allow us to move any die in our window, ignoring color restrictions. But you must obey all other placement and adjacency restrictions. I'll explain what those are in just a minute. Then there's Flux Remover, where we're going to draft a die, and then we're going to swap it for a new die from the supply. We're going to choose a value and place that die, obeying all placement restrictions, or we're going to return it to the draft pool. So that's something we need to keep in mind as we play. And we have public objectives. If we were playing a multiplayer game, these are things that everyone who's playing the game would be after for bonus points. These are not required to complete, but these are, again, for bonus points. So we have, for 5 points per row for a maximum of 20 points, row shade variety. So our rows cannot have repeated numbers or repeated values. Then for 6 points, we have row color variety. So this is a maximum of 24 bonus points. Rows with no repeated colors. There are 5 colors in the game: red, yellow, green, blue, and purple. We're going to be looking for purple as our bonus points. So we're going to want to look at higher point purples if possible. And then last but not least, we have column shade variety, So columns with no repeated values, so numerically. So the rows shouldn't be different, shouldn't have the same colors in them, and the rows and the columns need to be different numerically for those bonus points. So that's a maximum of 20 bonus points. So 20 plus 20 is 40, and then another 24 is 64 points. So if this is all balanced out properly, we're looking at 64 bonus points just from those 3 things. And so this is how the game is going to work. And that's a really, really, really bad starting point, but it's fine. Hi, Dwagon. Sounds like a randomizer sim. A little bit. So here's our round track up here. There are 10 rounds in a game. You place 2 dice per round. And then, you place 2 dice per round. Any leftover dice are placed in the round track to signify the end of the current round and beginning of the next. The difficulty of the board is over here. So this is the round track. The difficulty is over here. These are our favor tokens. This is what we're going to use to pay for the tools I talked about earlier. The first time any tool is used, it is 1 favor token. Every subsequent time after that, regardless of which player uses it, it's 2 points per token. Our private objective is always in the middle left side of the board, and our public objectives are in the remaining sides of the window. Our board is right here, and our draft pool, which is where the dice will be choosing from, is always down here at the bottom. With our board, we have 3 different restrictions to keep in mind. First is the color. So I can only place yellow dice here, I can only place red dice here, etc. There's the second, which is numerical or value. And so I could only place this 3 in this 3 spot. I can only place this 6 in this 6 spot, etc. The third is adjacency. And so since this is the first turn of the game for any player, they have to be in this outer perimeter. On top of that, dice cannot be next to each other if they are the same color or the same number. So, for example, if I place this green 3 here, I can't place a green 6 underneath it because it's green. Likewise, if I place this red 6 here, I can't place the green 6 next to it because they're both 6s. But I can do so diagonally. And so that's basically it. We're just going to try to complete this game and score as many points as possible, while at the same time making sure that all of our board is full as we can. Songbird says there are 90 dice. Good to know. And so because of what we were given 1 red 6, 2 green 6s, and a green 3. I think we're going to have to start from the top and work our way out. So that green 3 is going to nestle in nicely right there. And I think we're also going to go ahead and we can... Well, we do need greens, so I think we can get away with having this green 6 here. Eventually, we're going to have to get down to the red area and the yellow area, but we're not there yet. So let's do that. We have 2 of our 4 greens already accounted for. Because again, we want to try to go for all these different bonus point opportunities. We have a yellow 2, a red 6, a blue 5, and a purple 4. Okay. We can't get to this yellow area just yet. We need to find a way down. If I put the red 6 here, that's legal. But I have this red space over here, and that's not going to do any favors because we want to make sure that the colors are different. And with this requirement right here, that's not going to work. So we're going to cut that out. Instead, I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll put the purple 4 here. Oh, it's wonderful. And Broken Token actually has an insert that I still need to put together. Manatee's been on my case about it. He's like, I really want to see you put this together, because he puts together all the Broken Token stuff together. They're wooden inserts for the game boxes. It keeps everything really super nice. And we have it. I just need to sit down and do it. So I think I'm going to put this 4 here. Now I can move that 4 pretty much anywhere, but right there. Hi, Fally. I know I have a meeting. I'm going to finish this game and head over. I got raided by Zombie Cleo, so I'm sticking around for a little bit. All right, so there we go. I was just about to message you. I'm not worried. I'll pop in when I can. Okay, so red 5, green 6, green 5, green 4. That's a lot of green. Good grief. We'll follow the Norwegian tradition of giving you all the work since you didn't object to it. Okay. Do you really want me to learn commands? Oh, hi, Darth. I see you snuck in. Okay. Why don't we go ahead and put the red 5 here? Because we can. I think that would be good. The 6, the 5, and the 4 are a little problematic, because if we put... Well, let's lock that 5 in first. If I put the 6 here, that's going to be our safest bet. Because putting the 5 here, there's a 5 requirement next to it. That's not going to fly. And if I put the 4 here, it's legal, but we have a 4 up here, so that's not going to fly. So I think we'll put the green 6 over here. And I think we'll just call that a round. Kindle says, Joe knows commands, so it should be easy. We've seen Joe with commands. No. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sent me a DM. Okay. I will look at it presently. Thank you very much. That is noted, and that will be a thing. Hi, Wolfie. Joe with commands equals Fally with world edit. Both are disastrous. That is true. Okay, hold on. What am I doing here? Because I need to figure out my thing. Fally says, never before have I been this offended by something I 100% agree with. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do with this disaster piece right here. We're gonna take our Eglamise brush, okay? We're gonna take this 4 and we're gonna move it up here. Then we're gonna take this 6 and we're gonna move it here because we can. That's going to give us the 6 points we want. That's not going to interfere with any of the rows, any of the columns. And then this red 5 is problematic. This red 5 is not going to do us any favors. I could try to get it up here, but I'm not there yet. So I could put the red 5 here, wait for something to come here, and then move it up. I could do that. That would be fine. I could also put it here, but that causes problems down here. So, and I could also put a green 4 here, because I need that last green. So that's not out of the question either. So, perhaps that might be our way out. So let's do that, because I can move things around if I need to. I don't have a lot of wiggle room to do that, but I can do that. That's the thing. Okay, so all right, yellow 6. Okay, that's not going to help me any. Blue 1, we'll take that blue 1 and put it right there. We have another purple 6. How do we rectify that purple 6? And we have a purple 3 on top of it. How do we fix this? How do we rectify it to get what we want? What we really, really want. We're not going to be able to do that. Unless we figure out a way to move that green 6 somewhere else. Which we totally can do. How do we do that, though? Because we kind of can't. Now, I could be cheeky and say, forget the row, or forget the row and put it here. It wouldn't mess up the column at all. But it would ruin us to get our 5 points. But I want to make sure to play that blue first. Got to play that blue first. Now this purple I could easily play here. Not this purple. This purple. I could easily do that. That would give us an extra 3 points. And it wouldn't interfere with the row at all. But I want to leave this open just in case this is a blue 3. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this purple 6 here. Well, actually, if I do that, that's going to ruin both. I'd rather ruin one. So let's do that. And go from there. All right, so, of course it's a blue 6, because, of course, rude. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play this blue 5 here. Okay, so, Yeah, Hyper, thank you for that, but I have to turn that off when I'm not playing Among Us. I only play Among Us once a week. So, yeah, oops. Okay, so let's get that 5 locked in. Now we don't have to worry about it. We know this has to be purple now. Do we really want a purple 1? Or do we want another blue one? Let's see, hold on. So this has to be blue. So I think a blue 1 here. So that, and this has to be blue. A blue 1 here or here is fine. So let's do that. Let's put that blue 1 in here. Let's lock that into place. That's going to give us 6 points for the colors, and it's going to give us another 5 for the number variety. And it puts us on a good path for this column as well. So let's do that. There are still a bunch of requirements that I still have to finish. So yeah, okay. All right, so yellow 2. Oh, that yellow 2 is problematic. So that 5 has to be yellow. Noted. Purple 4, purple 3. Okay, we're going to play the purple 3 here, because that's going to finish up our purples. And we have a blue 3, which this is not okay in any sense of the word. I think I'm going to re-roll. I'm going to re-roll and see what I get. Please, dice, be kind. You were kind of kind. Because I can put you here. Because, actually, wait, no. I can put the yellow 1 here. I can put the yellow 1 here. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I need red. That's what I need. I need a lot of red. And there's only... Oh, there's 3 reds already. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. All right. So peeps, this is the part where you hold on to your butt. This is the part where you hold on to your butt, because this is gonna get ugly real quick. And boy howdy is it. This is not okay. I'm not okay with this. Not okay with this at all. So, let's see. I'm going to use Flux Remover. Please give me a red. Well, actually, wait. Hold on. This allows me to ignore colors. So... I don't have red. Well, actually, no. I need to do this first, because I need to do that. I need to get something else. And I was given purple. I was given purple. How... Well, hold on. I'm gonna make this... What can I do to make this worth it? If I make this a... Ooh. Hold on. Hold on. If you have any wild ideas, chat, I'm game. I'm absolutely game right now. I can save this column. This row is completely ruined anyway, but I could save it color-wise. I could. I should have moved this over. This 3. If I make this a 6, that's gonna ruin that. But I can still save the... Could I still save the column? This row is completely ruined. What do you... Okay, so chat, talk to me, chat. I'm kind of torn in terms of what to do here. I really am. I am seriously torn. What do I do? Because I could make this a 5. It would ruin the column. This row is already ruined number-wise. This is ruined color and number-wise. So maybe I should just do that. Maybe I should just make this a 5. Because I could also make this... I could also make that a 2. I could make that a 2. I could make this a... Wait, no. Hold on. I could make that a 2. Because then it would be okay... It would be okay numerically here. It would be okay number-wise here. But the colors would just be ruined. So maybe if I put it here instead, knowing that it's ruined numerically and color-wise. Like, this whole row is borked. I could save this row. I can save this row. Maybe. Well, yeah, because if I... Sigh. All right. I'm gonna lock it in. And I think I'm gonna re-roll all of this. I'm gonna re-roll it. I know this is dangerous territory, but... And it didn't give me anything I wanted. That's wild. Okay. Okay. So if I put that there, this is already ruined color-wise, so what does it matter? Now I need a yellow, a red, a 5. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I'd rather... Ugh. My head hurts, y'all. Oh, this is tough. This is so tough. Okay, red 6. Thanks for nothing. Yellow 5, you're going right here. Yellow 5's going right there. That's going to solve that problem. Actually, wait, no. I can put that yellow 5 down here. Hold on. How many yellows so far? There's only one yellow in the stack, so I'm going to put a yellow 5 there. Because this now needs to be red. So I could put the red 6 here. It's going to ruin this numerically, but it's going to save it color and numerically. So I'm going to do that. And just completely ignore the purples at this point. So I need a yellow and a red. Am I going to get a yellow and a red? Probably, probably not. I don't know. But we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. And I did get a yellow. And I got yellows and purples that I can't use. So rip me. Okay, never mind. Oh, jeez. No, it really doesn't, Allie. It's this hurts. It's fine though. Like sometimes the dice are with you and sometimes they're not. And this was rough. I'm not gonna lie. This was very rough. And you know what? I mean, for what I was given, 49 points is very respectable. Not gonna lie. I'll take it and run. But speaking of running, I have to go. As much as I don't want to, I have an important meeting that I am really late for, but Fally understands. So I'm gonna go do that. But before I go, first off, if you stuck around from Mrs. Tango and Zombie Cleo's raids, thank you immensely. I really, really, really appreciate it. And I just want to say a big thank you to the subs today, the new follows, Mary Jane Raven, Cold Dawn, Lil Potato Cat Shadow, Becky Buzz, Hyper Nova Kirby, Nahimana 2311, Nikki Solo, Black Tiger, Anna Raven Dakar, and Elith Chan. Thank you all so very much. I appreciate you so much. We're going to go ahead and we're going to raid somebody who, if you don't know who they are, she's wonderful. Her name is Vin Shoken. She's the one that did the Wax Exposed Cut Copper Stairs song that Joe always references. And it's her birthday today. It's her birthday. So let's go surprise her. She's brand new to streaming. She's not even affiliate yet. But let's go surprise her for her birthday and tell her that this birthday raid is for you. NJ's raid is for you. Happy birthday. Something to that effect. Wish her a very happy birthday. But before we go do that, real quick, if you're new to the channel and you liked everything that you saw today and you want more, please feel free to hit follow so that you know when I go live. I play and stream every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. I stream on Friday nights at 8:30. This is all Eastern time. And I normally stream from 11 to 3 on Sunday mornings playing Sagrada. Would love to see you again very, very soon. I'm also on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/njcoffeejunkie. I also have a YouTube channel where I post my Minecraft episodes. When I have the time to record, I will finish and get episode 12 out for everybody. I just haven't had time because this time of year for me is very, very busy. But I promise I'll have that because I know that the season's coming to an end for us very soon. So that's a whole thing. I also have a Patreon. You can find out more information at patreon.com/njcoffeejunkie. My tiers start at $1 a month. Last but not least, I have a Discord. And you can please feel free to join the Discord. We talk about all kinds of things. We talk about coffee. We talk about wrestling. We talk about New Jersey. We talk about all kinds of wonderful things. And I would love to see you in there. Discord invite is right there. But with that, everybody, I'm going to send you off to raid Vin Shoken. Tell her that this raid is freshly brewed just for her. And I cannot wait to hear her gasp, because again, she's new to streaming. She's not even affiliated yet. Let's just get there. Let's just go surprise her. And I hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. I appreciate every single one of you. With that, wear your masks, wash your hands, get vaccinated. If you can get your booster, and your flu shot while you're at it. And most importantly, be excellent to yourselves and to each other. Say hello to Vin. Let's go. Let's surprise her. See you Tuesday night. Bye.